Technology and business. What is technology and how technology influences business and what is going to come through? Now, you can see behind me ROTM, the rise of the machines. I wrote this article to Daily FT, and I will show you certain facts that you must keep an eye on with regards to the development of technology and how it's going to influence your business day-to-day scenario, right? So let me switch to the presentation. Let me share the screen for you, and let me put this on. Put this on full screen. Technology, business, and 2030. Here we go. Right, coming through. So you need to know all this. Otherwise, you don't know where you're heading to. Right. Technology, business, and 2030. Remember when cell phones invaded, when cell phones technology came, right? It is only calls before. You have this model, when you have this model, uh, I mean, in 1990s, right? Rather, yeah, 1990s. And then came to SMS model, then came to camera model, and today we have everything in one unit with internet also on. So you need to change according to the technology advancement with regards to business. Now, people still try to get into the usage of Zoom, get into the usage of Teams. So I can remember Harvard Business Review asked, "Do you need that office space anymore?" Because you have the technology in hand. So why can't you exploit it? So the evolution of technology came through a lot of angles, people. So today I will show you how it's going to be in the future. We have 1G revolution to 5G revolution. So 1G to 2G to 3G to 4G has modified our lives, isn't it? Right? It has modified. So you need to know, you need to understand every time when the world crosses another leap. Just a couple of days ago, Sir Richard Branson went to space and it was predicted. I'll show you in 2018, people going to space for holidays being predicted, right? So it's changing rapidly, it's changing drastically. So six transitions lead to change. Six transitions lead to change business landscape as connected devices, smart machines, and nearly unlimited information dominate the nature of work. You will be amazed to see what are these six transitions, right? From global to persona, that's the first one. Digital makes the world a very small place. We can access information about what is happening nearly anywhere now. Small companies can project a global image. Your customer can become manufacturers with 3D printing. Robots, which are currently used as large machinery, will downsize. While it will take time for small personalized robots to run around our houses, smaller robots in peer-to-peer swarms may appear in a scenario such as farming, where they can move through crops without harming the field. From global to persona, that's the first one. So we'll go for the second. From fixed assets to fungible or replaceable assets. People care less about specific product or service because they have so many other choices. In this environment, trust and reputation can be replaced with social recommendation and standing. It's assets to fungible assets. From device to connected human. Today we live in a device world. We think we care about our devices, right? Like in this article, Mr. Prentice said, however, we will rely more on the connectivity in any form, including embedded into human themselves. From device to connected humans. That's coming up, guys. From big data to algorithmic business, with billions of connected devices and things, the analytics of vast amount of information becomes more important. So big data transforming into a logarithmic business, right? So that's one thing that you need to know. From resources to smart materials, well-built new materials using smart fabrics, memory materials, graphene, polymer, and nano composites. Here, material science becoming increasingly important, right? And one more, finally, from humans to robots. Of course, robots are being created by humans, but they are in the neighborhood, guys. So these are the six transformations and how business can be landscaped, right? So let me give you a special coverage on my findings, right? Because I wrote two articles and became immensely popular with regards to a finding that I have. Let me show it to you. Intelligent work into 2030. In the new workforce of 2030, the most successful organizations will optimize the usage of all their resources, both human and machine, for competitive advantage. An increasing portion of your workforce will not be human. However, while machines are very good for consistency, performance, predictability, efficiency, and safety, they can't match human skills in ingenuity, novelty, art, creativity, emotions, and to address variability and provide context. Let's see. Let's see, what is this? Flying cars and driverless buses. The future of urban mobility has landed. Picked this up from the World Economic Forum just a couple of days ago, and it was amazing. The flying car, guys. The flying car just completed its first intercity flight. And mind you, look at this news. Look at this news. Look at this news. Huh? Hyundai European CEO says flying cars will be a reality by 2030. Right? Uber is trailing electrical vertical takeoff and landing. General Motors has unveiled the flying car concept, and a couple of days ago, Virgin Galactic went to space. So this is reality. So my article, 2019, Goating 2025 marketing, right, is what I'm going to share with you right now, right? So let's go to that presentation. Let me upload it for you, right? And what is Goating is all about. All right, let me put this in full screen so that you can see this in wider. Yeah, okay. Let me get the pen also so that in case if I need, I can pinpoint things, right? Okay, here we go. Goating 2025 marketing, just 4 years into the future or maybe beyond, this will definitely happen. So what is goating? This is based on a research which I did for the past 3 years and would like to publish um, for the knowledge of young marketers of the next generation. Today, I state by end of 2020, branding will move into new dimensions, which is called geographically online amalgamated technology or GOAT, or I call it GOATing. Now we are in 2021, right? You can see geographically online amalgamated technology is in practice with what you call Virgin Galactic taking place, which people are now connecting via geo tracking. So it's happening, guys. So my prediction is right. I invented GoTeam to signify the next dimension of marketing and branding, where it will rewrite the traditional segmentation, targeting, and positioning. Why I say this is for a reason. The world will no longer be divided into regions or countries. It will be one. Once again, techno invasions. The future will make all what we use obsolete, and theories that speak about real physical experience will no longer exist. It will be all techno driven. Techno branding or brand technicians will take over marketing. Branding will change its dimension drastically and turns its face into global village that is connected via technology, which is geographically aligned. For example, look at 23andMe, a DNA-based software that has your print. 23andMe became the first company to begin offering DNA testing for ancestry, which all other major companies now use. The world is already using DNA technology to base target marketing. What we learned as target marketing, therefore, need to change drastically. 23andMe, fantastic finding. It can predict various things: your lactose intolerance, your caffeine consumptions, your ancestry services. It can provide where you're born. If you might be living in Sri Lanka, but your DNA runs to Italy. Your DNA might be running to Germany. So it can tell that also, health ancestry service. It can tell you what you have to do for wellness. So likewise, guys, This is changing rapidly, right? So then what is voting? It is a philosophy that I discovered that encompasses geo-tracking, fencing, maths, engineering, technology, DNA-based targeting, DNA-based selling, and branding through artificial intelligence. General management role will change to geo-specialization, where broad-based apps will come into play in managing most of the functions in the organization. CMO, position of CMO, CEO, or even CFO positions will be replaced by technocrats. That there was a news, India trying to put technocrats to the parliament, to their parliament. Guys, that's awesome. That is that is brilliant. So you need to read that news. You need to see that news, right? eBay, Amazon, Uber, they'll take over of this fantastic DNA-based targeting is easy if you know your sickness. If you know that you are born in Italy, order Italian food through Uber, through global Uber, and a drone will come and give you the food. So that's easy. Drones are here. Drones are here, guys. And of course, drones can be used for many precision targeting. Remember this incident where Soleimani was killed by a drone, right? See, it's drawn here in the article by a drone. Don't forget that. So, China, students undergo trials for new brainwave detecting headband. Children in China have been undergoing a trial for a new headband that detects brainwaves and tracks the engagement and the attention level of students in class. Imagine, this is fantastic. Business is changing, right? Also, BSN, we created BSN in Sri Lanka. It was on the news. So robots coming to our homes is around the corner. Mind you, how AI is changing the education industry. Imagine that, right? And let me take you through uh, the golden age of marketing is going to come back. We need to get prepared. All these institutions need to change their dimension, need to change they need to reface their what do you call definitions. Look at CIM definition. The Chartered Institute of Marketing offers the following definition for marketing. Marketing is the management process responsible for identifying, anticipating, satisfying customer requirements profitably. But by 2025, my definition is brand sales. What is brand sales? Or branding for cell nucleus or DNA. If your DNA is being captured and the food being ordered from somewhere else, meaning your DNA based branding is going to come, right? Cell nucleus or DNA based branding. Therefore, brand CN, right? Brand branding for cell nucleus is an identification process for DNA based, gender specified emotions responsible for converting static needs into reality through technological amalgamated online process, whereby products are made according to your DNA structure. So this is my definition for marketing in 2025. Remember, Travis Bransology was published in 2012 and everyone laughed at saying branding is not going to come. Today, branding is the key. So I'm a futurist. I have written many articles with regards to predicting the future, and predicting the future is a fact because the future is now. It's happening right now, right opposite our eyes, right? So let's go to the typical segmentation. Identify based on segmentation, determine important characteristics of each market. No, it's not going to work. In future, segmentation through DNA-based process. The world is one. They know where the DNA is. Target marketing, right? Or market targeting, global targeting to an identified each another. So markets will be based on DNA. Product positioning, definitely change. Emotional brand science to speak to the mind and thereby obtain a sale. So this is how it's going to change. This is my finding, right? And market research will change drastically, right? Market research is the process of determining the viability of new services or products through research conducted directly with the potential customers. Market research allows a company to discover the target market and get opinion and other feedback from consumers about their interest in the product service definition. But my definition is DNA probing to analyze the origin of the consumer and then select the suitable product through a recommended brand CN process. Right? So this might sound very odd, but this is the reality. It might sound very odd, but this is the reality, guys. Right. So look at this mega trend. Let me take you through few. Right. What's going to be on headlines within the next 4 years? Robots have entered your home for your personal use. Big data has entered the zettabyte here. Sensory devices guide our everyday lives. 3D printing is commonplace. 4D printing is gaining mainstream acceptance. Mobile financial transactions are now in cryptocurrency. High-speed rails connect from China to Europe, and also autonomous cars. There are 6 million autonomous cars in Europe and North America. You call the car will come. Remember Night Rider, the teleseries. And also look at this. Summer sales, low cost holiday in space just started. Virgin Galactic started. The Richard Branson, my my mentor, started it. Exactly that. This was predicted in 2018. And also, look at this. Look at this chart. Smart city, Wuhan, Delhi, right? Chandragiri, right? Jakarta, Johannesburg, Toronto, Boston, New York. It's been mapped. Select smart city projects in 2025 in blue and smart cities in 2025 in red. So guys, what are we talking? Right. Let me take you through the final version is that 2050, the rise of the machines. Let me go to the website. Yeah. Rise of the machines and marketing in 2030. I wrote this to Daily FT, right, last year, January 20th, right. So let me take you through. The future of marketing and advertising over the next 10 years will be shaped by AI, data ethics, and environmental responsibility. When I published my philosophy of Travis Brandsology in 2012, I introduced a word called brand marketing. Most of the marketers called me and indicated, "Your word seems funny, my friend," and laughed at my invention. Within a year, I saw this word appear in most of the leading newspapers. Also, in my first edition, I did mention that marketing as a philosophy is dead and branding is the future. Once again, the myopic audience laughed, and after about a year, I saw forums, symposiums, and many articles speaking about the death of marketing and evolving of brands. I'm a futurist and I know what is happening, right? Last year, I wrote about geographically online amalgamated technology or GOAT, or I call it GOATing, where all marketing theories will be taken out and technocrats will replace traditional marketers. Now I state, by the end of 2030, branding will move into a new dimension, which is called ROTM, the rise of machines. I am predicting once again for 2030 humans will be controlled by machines, supported by machines. The future of marketing and advertising over the next 10 years will be shaped by AI, artificial intelligence, data ethics, and environmental responsibility. Over the next decade, it's more likely environmental considerations plays a major role in consumer purchasing decisions, and personal assistants and robots or bots will take on purchasing decisions for companies and consumers according to those surveys. Conversely, it's less likely consumers will be able to opt out of advertising entirely, and there will be a global framework for privacy and identity regulation. Future of Marketing 2030. Guys, you need to read this in my, if you type Hashan Haputhanthri ROTM, you will get the article. So let me conclude with this, right? You can see this article without a problem. So let me conclude, guys, right? Um, Technology is taking over. You need to be ready. When I When I first spoke about it, everyone thought I'm going crazy. I'm predicting. No, I'm not crazy. All what I say is that we need to predict what is going to happen. We need to shape our businesses. We need to turn around businesses in a different way. And me being a turnaround specialist guy, we need to align to that technology, right? And